Welcome to our online workshop focusing on the keys to becoming a successful student organization. We've got 7 big themes we're going to cover here, but let me start by focusing on who this workshop is for. This is for new organizations, those just starting out. It's also for organizations that are rebuilding, trying to lay a fresh foundation to get their club back up and running. Lastly, it's for any club that has aspirations. Maybe they want the club to be great, or they want to win awards and accolades. So if you fit one of those 3 categories, right on. The first key is that a successful student org should always be growing, always gaining new members. If you're always recruiting, that means you want to be aware of onboarding points. Your 3rd meeting of spring quarter might be someone's first meeting, so always be on the lookout for new people and how to best acclimate them to the club. A successful club should be active in tabling events, both for current students as well as prospective students, so big yield events like Highlander Day. To grow and keep your membership, your club should have intentional ways for members to contribute. If they don't feel valued, they'll leave. So use their strengths, find out what they're good at. Put these members on committees so that they're helping with things like social media or planning socials or on the committee for your big culture night. Also have members shadow officers if they're interested in leadership roles, so they can see what the future might hold for them. The second key to being successful is that you have to have sufficient income to do everything you want to do. Lack of money should never stop you. Firstly, your group should understand what the funding options at UCR are, including how ASUCR funding works, how to collaborate with departments on campus for funding, and what specific grants might exist that line up with what you do. If your club is focused on K-12 outreach, there are specific outreach grants to help you pay for those activities. This may not be enough, so a successful club often fundraises outside of campus. They've figured out things like business sponsorships or donors or other fundraisers that can make a big impact. This org has enough money to fulfill its purpose. If a group exists to send students to Mexico, and the group can't afford to send the students, what is the purpose of the group? If your fundraising goes really well, you might even be able to lessen or remove membership dues, making your club more attractive and accessible to all students. A successful organization needs to be visible. The easiest way to do this is to have an active and effective social media. You're posting often and you're smartly using the social media outlets for what they do best. You also should be present physically, so tabling at the bell tower, at least surrounding your big events or meetings. An average student can only name a handful of clubs that they see regularly, so you want to make that list. You can also be visible by collaborating with other clubs, doing events together or co-hosting socials or even attending fundraisers for other groups. Going back to some tips from how to grow your membership, you want to be visible at tabling opportunities such as Highlander Orientation, our involvement fairs, and yield events for prospective students. Your club should be goal-driven. I'd recommend setting goals every summer for the upcoming year. Make them aspirational so that there's an improvement, but make sure it's achievable too, so you're not setting yourselves up for failure. Make sure every officer is included in this, as your treasurer might have very different goals than your public relations person. Why create goals? You should want your group to improve each year, and setting goals is an easy way to start that improvement. It helps focus your energy and gives the group momentum and direction. Our 5th key to being a successful organization is that your group should understand their constitution. This means that all officers should have read it and that they understand it. You should follow the guidelines for how to do processes like your annual elections. If you need to make an amendment or impeach an officer, your constitution tells you everything. You can use your constitution to ensure accountability. If you're not in line with your constitution, it tells you in the amendments section how to make changes. A successful group is following these rules, not making drastic changes without members voting. Another key is to focus on service and outreach. A successful organization extends beyond its members. It finds intentional ways to benefit the university or the community. It should also try to impact K-12 students that might be interested in college, or maybe it has an impact on transfer students interested in UCR. Lastly, we have one of our most important keys, and often something overlooked. A successful group should have successful transitions. This transfer of knowledge and power is key. If you held a fundraiser this year that was a massive success, next year's officers should be able to replicate it. If your event went poorly, they should be able to see that written somewhere and to fix it. To help with this, your organization should do elections early, which allows for new officers to shadow their outgoing counterpart. They have plenty of overlap for asking questions, and you can set aside time for intentional one-on-ones with both the outgoing and incoming officers. If you wanted to really shine, your group should create a pool of resources such as a flash drive that you hand down or an online drive somewhere that hosts all of your old documents and thoughts and notes. If you wanted to really be a superstar, consider writing a transition manual, potentially with pages for each position or assignment. This way, your new treasurer, for example, can reference that page and learn all about their banking and fundraising and have easy access to all of the info they need. So, to sum it up, a successful student organization is always growing and engaging new members, has enough funds to complete all its goals, is visible to the campus, constantly present. A successful org creates and completes goals to constantly improve, understands its constitution and guiding principles, serves the community and outreaches to youth, and transitions officers effectively to not lose momentum. Hopefully you found this interesting. Thanks for watching.